Dear Journal, we have variety in this volume. Oh yeah, everything from circus to seahorses, from people singing to people whooping. Variety. And you know, the most fascinating variety for me is that exists within an individual. I think of one man. Many people have seen him performing in one way with one skill, but now we are seeing him with a completely different skill. Different and frightening.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages.
The ringmaster's signature line, a voice as familiar under the big top as clowns and cotton candy.
Are you having a good time?
Arousing a crowd takes a special talent, but Joseph Bauer has another very special and amazing talent.
Truly master the very fine.
You're the ringmaster,
That's right.
but then you become something else.
Yeah, it's something different.
When I go round in circles, when they fly high like a bird up in the sky.
Normally the ringmaster's out here talking and introducing all the acts and then says goodbye and it's over. So I thought it would be unique to do one of the other talents that I was taught.
Talents learned from 9 generations of circus performers.
So it dates back to Europe a very long time because our family originated the high sway poles. They tower like over 100 feet. My mom's side of the family, which is still established circus in Switzerland, Circus Knock. My father's family, Circus Bauer. I've been around the world with my mom and dad actually when I was growing up. There's a lot of circus in our blood, and that's what it made me.
For 24 years, Joe has made the Wheel of Destiny his trademark stunt.
I juggle fire outside the wheel. I walk the wheel blindfold. I skip rope out there.
None of which seems to faze him.
Actually, it's one of my most comfortable and relaxed times of my whole life is being on the wheel.
But his confidence was challenged when he took his wheel up into the sky, 19 stories above his hometown.
Dominic! Bauer!
To kick off Circus Sarasota's 14th season, Joe performed 250 feet above Sarasota's skyline and in less than ideal conditions.
The wind, the dew in the morning, and that was when it made me a little nervous because I didn't want to not be able to do it.
Against the odds and what some might consider better judgment, Joe banked on his wheel of fortune and won, but not without anxiety.
That was horrifying. It really was, because it was super windy, and it wasn't just windy, but it was gusty.
Joe's wife, Caroline, is his assistant and a critical part of the act.
The wheel itself, without me on it, weighs about 800 pounds. Naturally, it's got a center point, so it's balancing me on it, but it still is quite a bit for her to pull back, and it takes her up probably about 25 feet before she comes back down to the ground and gives me a push. So if I don't have the right timing, or if she stops it too early, it could be fatal. We try not to argue before this act.
Yeah, but he is standing there at the top, and I'm holding it down there, so you better be nice to me.
It keeps a very nice relationship, you know what I mean?
Who better to understand that respect than a fellow circus performer?
She's also an acclaimed equestrian. She lives and breathes horses. Her uncle was the late Gunther Gable Williams, which everybody, you know, if anybody knows anything about circus, they know the Lord of the Ring.
Why does circus seem to pass on from generation to generation to generation? Is there some kind of a crazy gene?
I believe so. I don't know if I'd call it a crazy gene, but it's definitely something that's in our blood.
Okay, push mommy.
Their son Dominic is already showing signs of such a gene.
My 3-year-old is now telling me every day after the show, Dad, I love your wheel act. And I just can't believe it. I love your wheel act. I want to do the wheel. And that's scary because Caroline's already looking at me like, I was hoping he'd be a vet, you know?
Subliminally, while he's sleeping, I say equine veterinary medicine, help mommy, help the horses, you know.
No, I think he's got the fever.
A fever Joe knows well, one that runs hot even when he isn't.
I've had times where I've had a very bad headache or maybe not felt well. And the moment that the lights and my music begins and I hear that first downbeat, I totally enjoy it. And I totally appreciate what I get from the audience. And I totally like making them happy. It's definitely in our blood. It's a rush like no other.
A rush that Joe Bauer is in no hurry to slow.
I'd like to continue doing it forever, but there's going to come a time, a few years down the road, where we're going to have to say, okay, I've done that for so many years, but up until that time, I totally enjoy it.
You guys have fun?
A well-rounded attitude from the man who's master of more than one ring in this circus circle of life.